Here we go. Another day. Nice to see two smiling faces on the other side of the camera. Thank you all for joining us and watching it. We had a meeting last night of the executive committee. Quite interesting, the feedback that many of you watch this, but don't bother to let us know. But good on you for watching anyway, because the most unnerving thing for me, and I suspect for others too, is that when you're out and about amongst the veteran community, these odd people come up to you out of nowhere and they, "Oh, Dennis, how are you?" Blah, 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 blah. And you, "I don't know who the hell you are." Never mind. But if you're here, that's good. Quick weather forecast. Yep, there's weather. The sun's supposed to come out today. Bit of a nor'wester in Canterbury. High of about 17 or something. So there you go. Don't know what it's like up your way, Frank. Is there fog this morning?
No, beautiful clear sky today.
Excellent.
Haven't seen any fog.
Dry.
We've got it all.
Oh, right.
It's bloody freezing and it's fog.
Ah, right. Oh, well, we're not going to escape because I think Friday, Saturday, it's going south and the temperature drops back to single digits below 9. So there you go. So if you're in the Canterbury region, keep warm. If you're anywhere else, keep warm. And dry. Stay dry. So we got a reasonable list of things. High on the list is the annual general meeting, because that's of a little bit of importance for us. Saturday the 26th of July, 5 o'clock at Templeton RSA. After last night's meeting, we're looking for some committee members. So 3 people are stepping down from the committee. So we need some replacements. Of course, that raises a few issues. If we don't get either nominations beforehand or nominations from the floor on the day, we've got a problem. We'll have to be going to the, I think it's heading to the courts to discuss the next steps, because the committee members that are left can only make very limited decisions. So if you think we're a worthwhile organisation and you want it to continue into the next decade for the more junior age-wise people who served in Singapore and its environs, put your hand up, spend a bit of time enjoying the interchange with government, which I'm sure will not add to your grey hair. In fact, Peter, I see you've lost a bit. OIAs, what's happening on your front?
So I got another nice reply from Defence saying that they've received my other OIA, which I sent last week. I think there's about 12 in there at the moment waiting for replies, but they've all been acknowledged. So,
oh, well,
finally, and it's taken a long time.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's the shaking the stick a bit with the ombudsman to get things happening.
Yeah, yes and no. That he came back and said that I'd used the wrong email address the first time I sent them all.
Oh, right.
And I actually used the email address that they sent me. And then they sent me another email address and said, use this one. So I copied and pasted that one, and I've been using that. And they said, oh, you've put a dot in the middle of the words. And I thought, well, I didn't do that by copying and pasting, but that's their excuse. So I've done it again, and then nothing happened. And then I emailed them again, and I said, please acknowledge that you have received the OIAs. And about 5 days later, they acknowledged them. So
well, someone's working in NZ Defence. That's good.
Yeah. Yep. Somebody's still got the lights on. It's nice to hear.
Probably someone you upset in the army.
Well, that could be a big queue.
Well, it's good to see someone's actually at home, because we've got troops over in Aussie at the moment, plus a heading on its way to the Middle East to help remove or bring home people who've been in Iran and places like that, where it's got a bit hot at the moment. So hopefully they're having a safe journey, that the new bird gets all the way there and all the way back without breakdown, as some of the older ones used to do from time to time. What else? So yes, nominations for the committee, AGMs. Oh God, there's so much to talk about. Let me just find something. Subscription. So if you want to vote for the AGM, put your money into the bank of the Southeast Asian Veterans Association. I think it's $20 a year. And a shout out to those people who, over the last month, is it May, quite a few people paid up, including paying some years in arrears. So that's good to see. So thanks very much for that. I've had a shout out from Morris. He's got some of the coins, so they're available for purchase, and I think they will be available at Templeton if you want to get one if you haven't already got one. I think $25, I think, for one of the coins. Oh, what else? Oh, here we go. Foreign Affairs, Frank. What? Not Frank. Peter, what's happening there?
So there was, I can't remember who sent it. Somebody sent a link
Ross
for the
Hymona.
video that,
Ross Hymona sent it to Derek.
Simon, right. So, thank you, Ross. Which was all the politicians sitting down and talking about future budgets, blah, 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 for the government. But the interesting stuff for us, of course, is around defence and Veterans Affairs. So it was good being able to listen to Judith Collins talking about what they're going to spend all the billions on. She made some very pointed remarks about Burnham Camp, very pointed. I don't know if you watched that, but
No.
it was about somebody not too long ago decided that they would probably shut Burnham Camp because we didn't need a big army camp like that in the South Island.
Oh, right.
And yeah, and she sort of said something like about that was one of the stupidest decisions ever, because during the Christchurch earthquakes, Burnham Camp was the morgue
Yeah,
for
that's correct.
Christchurch.
Yeah, yeah.
And she said it's not always about dollars and cents. You got to think about provisions for why you might need something like that, for an emergency or something else. Not all dollars and cents. And I'm pleased to hear her say that.
And they had
And then
sorry, Karen.
the other one was Chris Pank and Alex Brunt from Veterans Affairs, and they had quite a good discussion about where they're heading. They're trying to integrate some form of client program, which I think would be wonderful to get away from the paper-based stuff.
Oh,
Because you know what it's like when you go to somewhere now and it's all online. It takes you 30 seconds to fill in a form. Not a day to print it out and then write it all out and then scan it and send it all back, all 16 pages of it.
I can remember the pre-Patterson report when there was all that visiting different places, and you could go along to a meeting and express your points of view. And at that meeting in Christchurch I went to, the RSA there, people were talking then about let's go electronic.
Yeah.
So because recognizing that the younger generations are far more skilled with the digital stuff than those of us like Father Christmas here on the screen with us.
Well, you can do it on your phone while you're.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think that's it's taken a while. That was 2018, was it? 2019, 18 maybe.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah. So it was 3 years. So it must have been 2017. It was the mandated
8
review.
years ago.
So we 8 years. That's not too bad. Are they still looking, Pete, or did they say they were acting on it?
Politician talk. So
yeah,
I
thought they'd shelved the remaining items that Patterson brought up.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. They addressed a lot of them, but there was quite a few who weren't addressed.
And the too hard basket.
Yeah. Don't call them a basket.
Yeah.
Right. What else have we got?
Before you carry on, Dennis,
sure.
Just going back to talking about subs, can you just explain to me and all the hundreds of people watching about the coffee club?
The coffee club, right? So that's a it's like a a $5 donation, I think, or 10, whatever you want. You know, if
Yep.
1 or 2 cups of coffee. Mind you, the price of coffee's gone up. So it was instituted after the meeting we had in, was it Fielding, I think. It was a proposal put forward, and the money just goes to the coffers to help us run the organisation. It's not put aside
Right.
for welfare. It's just a general donation to the running of the organisation.
Right. So there's another possibility if somebody wants to, got a couple of, $5 spare a month or something like that,
Yep.
chuck it into the coffee. And what do? Just put down coffee club.
Yeah. And
Okay.
Morris keeps track of it. I think at the moment there's about $60 a month or something like that from the
Yep.
people that do it. So
Yep.
good on them. You know, it's another
Excellent.
avenue to keep us alive and keep us funding what we do.
Exactly.
Sounds good.
So what else did I have? Yes. So if you're watching this and you live in Taranaki, you've missed the bus because it's the Vance Clinic today between 10 and 2 o'clock. And I note that there was a reminder from Veterans Affairs on Facebook the other day. So they still had some spaces. So if you do have an issue with Veterans Affairs and you're listening to this and you've got time on your hands, shoot down to the Devon Hotel, catch up with your buddies down there and have a chat to your case manager or one of the case managers that'll be present and see if you can get the issues resolved. I haven't heard when the next clinic is, but I've had one recently in Northland. And this is the next one that's last in the queue at the moment. So there you go. And speaking of welfare, we as a committee last evening became aware of, I think there's 5 or 6 people who are not in a good state of health that by pure accident we were able to become aware of. And it's no good keeping this stuff to yourself because Veterans Affairs don't know you've got an issue that's related to your service unless you tell them. The RSA can't help you unless you go and tell them that there's something that's not right or a member of your family. So what I'm saying is don't keep it locked up. If you need support, even if you don't think you need support and support is available and you're able to access it either through Veterans Affairs or through the RSA, make yourself known. Even if it's to one of the other members of the association, get in touch with us and we will help guide you through the process using Veterans Affairs or the RSA. So it's important that you do because some of these illnesses people get are quite more than life-changing. And the assistance is there, so make use of it while you can. What else?
Oh.
So Friday, if you're a Canterbury-based person, it's the annual coffee gathering at Wigram, 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. You've got to get in early to get a seat. If you're there really early, give them a hand to set the tables out. The only downside is that Joe Cox will be there and you'll have to put up with him, but never mind.
Go, Joe.
Yeah, he does a very good job.
Yeah.
Him and Tom Turnbull keep that running. And there's always a mixture of faces and eras that turn up. So some of the post-1990 people show up. That's good. It's for anybody who served, regardless of your service, as in branch of service or where you served. So pop along, have a coffee, have a chat. And that's a good place to actually sit down and say to someone, I've got something, that's not good about my health, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And get some kind of person face-to-face direction as to how to get help. So there you go. I think that's about all the news and views for today. Frank, anything on the top of your mind? You were talking about a Russian musket before we came on the.
Oh, yeah, I was just happened to be interested. I was reading the latest AK that the Russians have given themselves to use in Ukraine, the AK-12, little stubby little thing. I'd be interested to know how effective it is. It might be for very close range, but I don't know about these little small weapons. Accuracy is a problem.
What is it, a 9 mil, or does it do
No, it's the
7.62?
39, a Russian round, the 39 by 30, was it 34? Whatever it is.
So the same as the AK-47 round.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Standard communist block round
Yep. Okay.
that there's millions of.
Well, there you go. I think the shape of warfare is continuing to change, as we know. Just ask the Americans. They've dropped some large ordnance in the last couple of days in parts of the Middle East, which has moved the ground a fraction for the Iranians. And peace in our time has been declared, although, well, the Iranians still sent missiles at Israel. So it's a place to keep an eye on. It's always been a hotspot. I don't think it's going to change very quickly.
It was interesting the time those aircraft took to get to Iran from the United States, 37 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
They swap piloting jobs. They've got toilets, they've got kitchen, they've got everything.
Yeah,
They don't look big enough to have everything, but they do.
Did you see the little snippet of the bombers put to one of the Beach Boys song?
No.
Oh.
And it was singing bomb, 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 Iran.
Oh. Oh,
It's
yeah.
quite clever.
Yes, interesting hardware.
Just listening to that, the other thing I just remember what Judith Collins said was she was talking about drones, and she was talking about a crowd in Tauranga making drones, and they make one that can lift 200 kilos.
Wow.
And they were wondering who they could sell it to, and then all of a sudden the market just opened for them, and they're selling them to the UK, and because they were thinking of farming and that sort of thing, fertilizer and stuff. But
Yeah.
hey, the world is moving pretty fast, and we're not, that far behind them when we hear stories like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you want to get noticed, fly a drone around your house.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
tell you what, it doesn't take long for someone to come and ask what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Thanks for that. Last post, Frank.
Yes, I have two sailors that have crossed the bar. K19674, Hughes, Ashley Anaru, known as Hughesy Boy, mechanical engineer, Royal New Zealand Navy. He joined in June 1969, crossed the bar on 18th of June 2025. Hughesy was taken to his marae in Rotorua and was buried with his parents at the local marae. And we have Watson Trevor, World War II veteran, ex-HMNZS Achilles, RNZN, crossed the bar on the 18th of June 2025. No further details are available with regards Trevor. Just like to pass on my condolences to members of the family and friends of those two sailors who have crossed the bar.
Thank you, Frank. 43110 Swan, Graham R. RNZA, passed away in Harvey Bay, Queensland on Sunday, the 15th of June, 2025, age 76. Graham served in 161 Battery in Vietnam in 1970-71 as a battery surveyor. 699362, surname Owen Cooper, David A. RNZIR, passed away 31st of May 25 in southeast Queensland, age 79. David served as a rifleman in 3 Platoon, Victor 3 Company, May 68 to May 69. Thank you for your service and our condolences to family and friends. Pete, are you up for the ode?
I am.
Thank you very much.
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them, lest we forget.
So there you go, folks. Thanks for joining us. And just a step back to the last posts. JMF Dieppe, again, another thank you for the records you supply of those that have passed away who served in Singapore. And I'm a little bit astounded at the sheer number who have passed on since the service. Almost every day there's someone who's passed away on that date in previous years. So thank you, JMF, for that.
Yeah, we have a similar gentleman in the ex-Navy, Bungy Williams. He looks after our crossing the bars, and as you say, there is nearly one every day. And the worst thing about it is, every time I read a number, it's getting closer to mine.
Yeah. Change your number.
Yeah. When your number's up, it's up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So thanks for joining us, folks. If you're free on the 26th of July and want to see new directions or support the direction of the association, make yourself known at Templeton RSA, 5 o'clock, thereabouts. I think there's some food available. The bar will be open during the course of the meeting, which doesn't mean to say that, you become
online
before the meeting. Online's
an option as well. Yep.
If you can't make it to Templeton. So between now and then, take care and look after yourself. Give your mates a call. Certainly, if things aren't going well health-wise, it's always nice to know you've got people around you who can offer support and encouragement, regardless of the severity of the illness. So that's us. We'll catch you same time, same bad channel next week, July. God, year's nearly over. But folks, take care. We'll catch you later.
Okay. Ka kite, everyone.